Hello and welcome back to Let's Play RFLEX. And in this episode, let's begin level 3. This is where the game takes off, really starts to take off in its difficulty. And right off the bat, I know that this level has I'm pretty sure this level is 4 patterns. This level has 4 patterns, but this time they're all fast, which means you're going to have to be on your A game, or in this case your S game, the whole time, because you're not going to have much of a chance to really catch a break. So let's just, before I explain the patterns, let's just do a little playthrough just to offer some initial reaction or whatever to what this level's like. As you can see, there's a lot more going on than the last levels. And I want to do well here. Nice! I usually have a lot of trouble with this stage. I'm surprised. I'm actually very surprised I was able to beat that in my first try. This is a tough stage. Like this, for anyone who's played Super Hexagon out there, this is basically the Hexagonist of RFLEX. Like this is the game, this is the level that really steps it up. So anyway, so now that that's out of the way, let's go over the patterns. This is the simplest pattern. It's great. Now I have to come up with names. Let's wait for. This is the S pattern. This is complicated. This is the single crunch pattern, I guess, because it tries to crunch you in the middle. This is the one space. Let's wait for it. Let's wait for things to show back up. This is the S pattern. It's simple to dodge, but it's very confusing. This is the double crunch, because it tries to crunch you in 2 spots. This is the single crunch, because it tries to crunch you in the middle only. This is the one space, because you can only dodge in 1 spot. You can't dodge in any other spot than just 1. So yeah. All the patterns have 4 attacks except for the single crunch, which has 3. I was not paying attention at the time. I didn't even realize I beat the stage. That level beaten actually caught me off guard. So that's like my brief pointing out. Let's try to explain them a little better. The double crunch, you just go where it's not crunching you, and then the other direction. It's just like the partial weaving, except a lot less forgiving. This is just like the full weaving, except a lot less forgiving. This is pretty unique. This is like the full weaving, except more complicated. This S pattern forces you to dodge in a bunch of directions. Yeah, that's the double crunch. The double crunch pattern, which sounds like the name of some kind of candy, the double crunch is actually the one that kills me the most, which is surprising to me because you'd think it would be the most obvious. Like the single crunch, you can dodge either like you can dodge in 2 directions to get rid of it. S pattern, you can dodge in 2 places. That doesn't make it easy to dodge, though. And I think one of the main points of this level is try to get you away from using corners. Because what I see a lot of new players do is they abuse the corners to try to dodge in two directions at once. And if you try to dodge in the corners for this level, it is not going to work. It will not work at all. There's like only two of the patterns allow you to actually use corners at all. Holy crap, I'm doing really well today, for some reason. Yeah. As a pattern, you can dodge in two directions. That doesn't make it... However, it's still difficult to see. It plays tricks on your brain. And... the single crunch you can dodge in two directions. This we can also dodge in two directions. The single crunch you only have to dodge once and to just stay there for the rest of it. This, you just weave back and forth. You can only have one spot. This, you have to... each attack allows you to dodge in two directions, but you have to take advantage of... You have to switch back and forth between the two axes, basically. That's the S pattern. This, you can only dodge in one direction, and then just follow like the partial weaving. And that's basically how the patterns work. This level is going to take a lot of practice. I'm just going to say that right now. This level took many hundreds of attempts to actually beat for the first time. Ah, dang it, oh well. Good enough. Anyway, that's level 3. Level 4, Lifestyle. As you can see, I've been kind of blowing through these levels. There's only 5 in the game. And this level, I might... let's just play. Here we are. This is the open gate pattern, but a little less forgiving. This is... Okay, this right here is the corner pattern. It has 3 attacks. This is the deceptive open gate. It looks similar to the open gate. This is the corner pattern, forcing you to go to the corner. Open gate, you can only dodge in one spot, like so. Otherwise, it's the same. This is the wall. This is the corner pattern. And this is the corner pattern again. This is also my favorite music in the entire game. I'm just gonna say that right now. The deceptive. So yeah, how many? Let me think. How many patterns in this level are fast? I'm pretty sure it's just 2. This one's fast. This and the deceptive open gate. The corner pattern is not fast, but it forces you to dodge into the corner, which is something no pattern has done before. It's tricky because the last level tried to like wean you off of the corners. This one forces you to use the corner. So yeah, the wall is one of the fast patterns, and this is the other one. The deceptive open wall, or deceptive open gate, or I should just call it the deceptive gate. That's the pattern that kills me the most. The deceptive gate looks similar to the open gate, except it's fast. It's a fast pattern, unlike the open gate. Dang it. Close. So yeah, the only pattern that has 3 attacks is the corner pattern. All the other lasts for 4. Like so. Yeah, the deceptive gate is definitely it's always been the one that kills me the most, because it behaves just like the wall with an extra spot you can dodge, but it looks just like, it looks really similar to the open gate. Alright, let's buckle down. You see, that's, and see when you try to grow accustomed to the deceptive gate, you start to get paranoid and dodge when you don't have to when the open gate shows up. Because you think it's the deceptive one, but it actually isn't. So yes, there's a bit of mind trickery going on here, but still very doable with practice. Still gonna stress practice. One thing I did not mention, have not mentioned yet, is that in any level, no pattern will show up more than twice in a row. So if you see the pattern, same pattern appear twice in a row, that means the next one will be something different. Dang it! That's... Alright. I'm kind of back and forth with my skill level on this stage. Sometimes I do well, sometimes I don't. And it just has so much to do with that deceptive gate. It's still tricky even after so much practice. Let's buckle down and do it. That was close. Dang it! I want to beat this level, but at the same time, I'm not that opposed to spending more time in this level because the music is awesome, and the patterns are really fun in my opinion. This is my favorite level. Definitely. My second favorite would probably be level 2. Also because of the music, and also because of the patterns. You've probably noticed that sometimes I do a little bit extra weaving. It can help to buy you some time on the fast patterns, even if it's just a little bit. And this is... Alright, let's focus. We did it! Alright, level beaten. And this is exactly what level 3 tries to wean you off of doing. However, it helps a lot in this stage. I'm just gonna say that. So let's go. So yeah, with the open gate, just dodge in the way that's going and you'll be fine. I didn't clarify that before, but whatever. It's clarified now. So that's level 4. That's level 4 beaten. 82 seconds. Pretty freaking good. You may have noticed I've been going through these levels relatively quickly. That stops here. Death Wish is insane. It is harder than all of the other levels in this game combined. It is ridiculous. I have only beaten it once. And the number of attempts I put into this level, well, you're about to see. That number up there does not lie. I've actually spent that many attempts beating the stage. Trying to beat the stage. It took me about 2,700 attempts to finally beat it. So yeah, before I explain what's going on, let's just show it off so you can kind of take it in. Appreciate the ridiculousness that this level has to offer. Before I can go over what's going on and why it makes this level ridiculous. Alright, I think that's enough. So, this level has 5 patterns, 3 of which are fast. 3? Yeah, 3. And the only good news, is that all of the patterns are patterns you've seen before. It takes patterns from all of the 4 previous levels. this is the alternating singles. This is the corner pattern from stage 4. This is once again the corner pattern from stage 4. This is the partial weaving from stage 1. This is the corner pattern. This is the crisscross from stage 2. This is the S pattern from stage 3. And this is the alternating singles from stage 2. That's all 5 of the patterns. However, as you can probably tell by now, that's not the only reason why this level is hard. Oh my god, no freaking way! No freaking way! I can't believe I actually beat it. There's no way! I thought I was gonna be stuck on this level forever. There's no... Oh my god. That is ridiculous! I haven't even explained like why this level is insane. I already beat it. No joke, that is the second time I have beaten this level in approximately 4,000 attempts. Oh my god. Let me catch my breath for a minute. That's it. I beat the game. I was expecting to spend so much longer on this stage. I was expecting to spend so long. I was expecting to have multiple recordings that wouldn't get uploaded because it would just be me stuck on this level for 30 minutes at a time. Anyway. Alright. So let's explain. First of all, the pattern. First of all, this level's difficult because of the patterns. There's 5 of them, 3 fast, and it basically takes, in my opinion, the trickiest patterns from previous stages. There's the S pattern, which is very tricky. The crisscross, the hardest one from stage 2, in my opinion. The corner pattern, which isn't really the hardest, but it's bound to make you the most paranoid. And one of the fast patterns from stage 1. And however, as you can see, as you could probably tell, the starting speed is a lot greater than any of the previous levels, and it just keeps getting faster and faster. There's also another thing about this stage which makes it difficult, which you can actually still see right now. It's the background. I'm gonna hop back into this stage just so I can show it off. As you can see, initially the background is just red. Not much to say. However, as you progress, you'll notice that it starts flickering. And then as you keep going, the flickering gets more intense. Until the flickering becomes more intense until it becomes flashing. And then it just keeps getting more ridiculous from there. And this is approximately the worst that the background gets. Now you just have to deal with fast blocks for the rest of the level. Oh man. Well, still a good run. So, from like 10 seconds to 30 seconds, normally not very difficult in other stages once you get the patterns down, or at least not as difficult as the later half. In this stage, it's still difficult because the way the flickering background makes everything appear kind of hazy, which makes it hard to tell what patterns are showing up and what you need to do to dodge them. However, once you reach 30 seconds, the haziness kind of goes away. It's still flashing, which can make it hard to tell, but it doesn't. However, it's a bit easier to tell. How, but of course, once you reach 30 seconds and beyond, you have to deal with fast blocks for the rest of the level. And of course, there's these points in between the flashing where it kind of goes dark for a little bit, and it can spawn a pattern while it's dark and give you a really hard time. Not impossible, but very difficult. Anyway, I guess that's level... Oh my god. I still can't believe I beat this level that fast. I legitimately thought I was gonna spend at least 5 half-an-hour recordings that would never see the light of day because it would just be me trying and failing to beat this level. But I did it! For the second time ever, I beat this level. That was insane. That was absolutely insane. So, that's RFLEX. One thing, there is... That is all the levels completed. However, one thing I haven't talked about yet is drunk mode. And also, I haven't mentioned it yet, but I'm using a controller. I highly recommend using a controller. Before I actually had a controller, I was using a keyboard. What I did was, I used the up, left, and right keys with my right hand, and I used the S key with my left index finger whenever I needed to go down. Because WASD works just as well as arrow keys do. So I used up, left, and right with my right hand, and S with my left index finger. So I didn't have to, like, whenever I wanted to go down, I didn't have to, like, move my right. I didn't, like, have to move a finger from up to down, because that takes time. It doesn't take much time, but in this game, you don't have much time. However, using controller works so much better. Highly recommend using controller. It makes your life easier. Anyway, you can go into drunk mode, and what it does is, let's just show it off. Basically, the main deal with drunk mode is that you have to deal with reversed controls. What I'm doing. So the controls are reversed right now. So I'm pressing up to go down, and down to go up, and left to go right, etc. But it's not backwards the entire time. The way it works is, whenever you see the pentagon pulse like that, it switches your controls, so now they're like normal again. But if you see the pentagon pulse again, they'll switch back to reversed. And the goal is the same, just survive for 60 seconds. But, oh yeah, it pulsed twice. Anyway, I'm not gonna go that much into drunk mode, because I'm not that good at it. I haven't put, like, very much practice at all into drunk mode. I put, like, just enough practice to beat these 4 levels. As you can see by my best time, is just barely enough. Reverse controls mess with my head so much. And I'll be honest, for each of these levels, I just kind of got lucky and had a run where the last portion of it was not reversed. So, that's RFLEX. If I happen to get good at, like, drunk mode levels in the future, I may make videos about those, I don't know. But I think that's enough for now. I'm still really pumped up about level 5. I was not expecting to beat it that fast. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, then feedback is much appreciated. You know what to do. I'm sure you know what to do, how to leave feedback, etc. and I hope to see you in some other episode of possibly some other game. So, have a good day. See you next time.